It's so good to have you join me today. I'm very happy. How you doing? Let me say welcome to you. Last class, we looked at the topic voice and its classification. But today, we are going to be looking at musical keys. What did I say? Musical keys. I can't tell you what we are going to be having except you sit and try to learn. Okay, let's go together and see. Let's take a look at the meaning, the number of keys, and how the keys help us understand what we are to do. So, we are looking at three major things today: the meaning, the number of keys, and how the keys helps us to understand what we need to do. Now, let's look at what a key is. A key is a major or minor scale around which a piece of music revolves. It's a major or minor scale around which a piece of music revolves. When we say revolves, we're talking about something that is centered around a particular thing. So, the key is a major or minor scale around which a piece of music revolves. A song in a major key is based on a major scale. That is also how a song in a minor key is based on a minor scale. And that is why we can say that a musical key is a song's home. Every one of you today, you come from a home. Every character you have learned to a particular point, you learned it from your home. So, the key of a song is the song's home. When it is C major, it is C major. When it is A major, it is A major. So every minor key is written on a minor scale, and every major key is written on a major scale. Did you get that clearly? Right. In music theory, the key of a piece is the group of pitches or scales that forms the basis of the composition. Every writer or composer that wants to write or compose a song must first of all base his or her composition on the key of the piece, which is grouped in pitches or scales. Without that, your composition is useless because the key is what tells you the particular scale to sing or play on. If, for example, I want to sing and someone wants to play as an accompaniment with me, the person that wants to play the piano and for myself that wants to sing, we must be in accordance. That means we must be together. If the piece of the song is written on earth, then the person who is to play the piano must play on earth. And I that is to sing the song, I must sing it on earth. Or else there will be dispute. When we say dispute, we will not be in agreement. Is that okay? So the key of a song tells you the scale that you are supposed to sing or you are supposed to play on. Let's take an example. Let's look at this. We have three types of keys, or we have three types of musical scale here. We have the one to my left, top left, is having one sharp sign. To my top right is having a flat sign. But the bottom, it doesn't have any sign at all. But what is their similarities here? You find that all three are on 5 lines and 4 spaces. They have 4/4 time each, and they all have the treble clef that is drawn at the beginning of the staff. The difference in the three of them is that one does not have sharp or flat, one has sharp, and one has flat. And because of this, each of them will be named according to what they carry. So the one to my top left is on G major because G major has one flat. The one to my top right is on F major because F major has just one flat. And the one that is at the bottom does not have flat or sharp, so that's C major. The F major has its flat on B, which is the third line. You have it as every good boy drinks Fanta. Then the G major has its sharp sign on the 5th line, which is what? F. Now, this is our key chart, like we call it. is the circle of fifth. There's something neutral I wanted to see here. We have C at the middle of it all. To the right, you have 7 sharps. To the left, you have 7 flats. If you count from C to G, you see there is 5 steps. So count with your fingers. Count from C. C, D, E, F, G. From G, if you count again to D, you see it's 5. Let's count. G, A, B, C, D. Did you get that? The same way when you count to your left, from C, you go to B, you go to A, you go to G, you get to F. That is 5. So it's a circle of 5, of fifth. But the major point here is how we want to see the sharps and the flat. Permit me to use this to cite an example. In music, there are 15 major keys. How many major keys? 15, meaning they are more than, but the major keys that are mostly used, they are 15. We have 7 sharps, 7 flats, and 1 natural. When you add all together, it becomes 15. The natural is the key of C. It has no sharp or flat. It's just a natural key. But when we look at the flat, you see that we have the key of F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. And the sharp keys, you have the key of G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, and C sharps. There's one other major thing I need you to check here. You can be asked, how many sharp signs does A major have? You should be able to say A major carries 3 sharp signs. How many flat signs does D flat major carries? D flat major carries 5 flats. So this is a table you need to study so you'll be perfect with it. Okay. Musical keys are very vital to note, and it enables one to read and play music effectively. When we say it is vital, it is very important for us to know them because this key helps us to read and play music effectively. Without you being able to study the keys, you can play music effectively. Starting up to play a song requires adequate mastery. Adequate mastery of the accidental signs and numbers of keys attached. That was what I just explained. You must get used to the key. You must study it. You must learn it. That is what we mean by it needs you to have an adequate, something that is concise, something that is sure. You must have the sure learning. You must learn it and be used to it. If you don't learn how to get the sofa notes on your head, you find yourself you not be able to even play. We call one side singing, we call one side reading. That is because you have mastered it, you know your lines, you know your spaces, and immediately you see it on any key. Just check the key. What key is this? And before you know what's happened, zoom, you're already doing that. Wow. In this term, we shall be making use of just 2 keys. And these 2 keys are the key of C major and the key of D major. Do you know why we are picking D major? Because our T whistle is on the key of D. So we need to learn the key of D major. So when we are playing any song on D, it's going to be very, very easy. Then also I will teach you on the key of C because some songs are mostly on C because of those who are starting how to play music. All right. Now we said C major has no sharp or flat, while D major has 2 sharp signs. And where are these 2 sharp signs positioned on? They are written on F and C. So when we go into it in our next class, we find out how to draw the scale of D major, then you'll be able to see where these sharp signs are placed. Remember, I said on F and C. We've come to the end of our lesson for today. Don't forget to go through your questions and get your quiz done. Ask any questions if there be any. Mr. Lamaris is going to be here to give you your answers. All right.